Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to look at looping. I'm going to create a game where the user would pick a number between 1 and 10, and the computer is going to try and guess the number. Now, to make this a simple program to start with, we're going to keep the computer answer as always being 5. Obviously, if we wanted to make this more complicated later on, we would get a random and we'd import random into our guessing, but let's keep it simple to start with. So for this, we first got to ask the question. So we're going to put this into a while loop because we want the question to be asked and then it to be dealt with in the loop. So I've typed in while true, I've pressed enter, and you can see that already Python knows that we've got to put an indent. So it's already indenting for me. So we're going to call the next variable the guess. So the person that's going to guess it. Now we're wanting them to input a whole number, so that's our integer, int. We don't want them to put in variables. I'm having to type with one hand because I'm holding my microphone. Oh, so I need another bracket and so we want them to guess a number. Oh, guess a number between 1 and 10. We're going to make our program simple to start with, and we can always make it more complex. Don't forget we've got two open brackets, so I've got to have two closed brackets. Okay. Now, if that person guesses or inputs a number greater than 10, we've got to deal with that, haven't we? Because we don't want them to input 11, 12 and so on. So if they do that, so if the guess is greater than, so we're in our maths, oh, make sure you spell it correctly. If it's greater than 10, then, oh, greater than 10, then what do we want to do? Well, we want Python to prompt the user so the number's too high, try again. Okay, you can see I've quickly added a little bit more in there. When you're doing these type of things, it's good to check to actually see if it'll do what you want. You could carry on working all the way through the program and then actually find out it doesn't work. So I've added in else. If you've got a question, if one thing is being dealt with, then what's going to happen? So you would have to put an else. I've put break in. Now a break will terminate the loop and it'll bring it back to the top. So we need to check that that's working. Now I've already saved this once already. So let's see if that's working. So guess a number between 1 and 10. If I put 66, it should say the number is too high, try again, guess a number between 1 and 10. Okay, so I know that that bit works first of all. Okay, you can see I've added a bit more in. So we've dealt with that. If the number's too high, it's going to loop round and it's going to give us the option to guess the number again. Okay, what if the user puts the number in and it doesn't match 5? This is what your elif does. In other words, it's not equal to, and let me just put a space in there, it won't make a difference. We need our not equals to. So if the guess is not equals to the computer's answer, then we want to test this. So let's quickly run this because I'm running out of time. So we already know that the first bit works. So if it's 2, my number is 5, I need to do better because the computer hasn't guessed the right number. And the last part. So if it's the wrong answer, 10, if it's greater than 10, it's going to do this. If the guess does not equal the computer's answer, it's going to do this, loop back round. So what if actually they get it right? If the guess by the user equals the computer answer, then the computer has got the right answer. So let's try that. So we know that 5 is our correct answer. So if I type in 5, it should say yes, my number is 5 and I guessed the correct answer.